How is it going, everybody? This is RBT once again, bringing you my preseason first team All-Americans. I made my list and then I kind of compared it to other lists that I saw on the internet. I mean, for the most part, they're similar, but in some points I have differences. But we'll see about that. See if you guys agree. And also, if you hear noise in the background, that is because there are transformers in my background. Actually, they are cutting down trees, and it's really annoying because it's trees that I've grown up with my whole life around my house, and some people decided to sell their land and let them cut the trees down. So that's ridiculous, but it is what it is, and let's get started. At the quarterback position, I have Matt Barkley, of course, coming back for a senior year. He's going to have talented receivers all around him, and will really thrive in that offense and will lead USC to a really, really good record and possibly the national championship. At running back, I have Marcus Lattimore coming off that injury, but he is a beast at running back. He'll be fine, absolutely fine, and will tear up the SEC like he's done in years past. And at the other running back position, I have Monte Ball, the running back from Wisconsin, who had the best numbers like ever for a running back, and he's coming back for a senior season with hopes of winning the Heisman. He came in third place, I believe, last year, so we'll see about that. And for wide receivers, have Robert Woods from USC. Like I said, he has Matt Barkley at a quarterback, so he is going to put up some numbers. Well, Sammy Watkins from Clemson, you know all about him. He was a freshman phenom last year. Absolutely ridiculous. He can just run right past corners in the secondaries and just catch a 40-yard pass, 50-yard, 60-yard, 70-yard touchdown pass every play if you wanted to. He's ridiculous. And the wide receiver that you may not know about is Marquise Wilson, a wide receiver from Washington State. The dude is an absolute freak. And when you put him in Mike Leach's offense, that is going to be one scary guy. And if I'm the Pac-12, be on upset alert when you play against Washington State, and especially watch out for Marquise Wilson, because he has a really good quarterback in Jeff Toole, and he can throw him the football, especially in that offense that Mike Leach runs. At tight end position, might be a little bit of SEC homer here, but you kind of can cross that out because I'm an Alabama fan. I have Philip Lechenkerkin at tight end. The dude's a beast. I saw on a few lists that the guy from Notre Dame was the first team All-American, but I believe Philip Lechenkerkin is a little bit better than him and will put up numbers, way better numbers this year than he did last year, especially coming back for his senior season, and he has a lot to prove. And for the offensive line, I have Barrett Jones, center from Alabama, Gabe Ikard from Oklahoma, Morgan Moses from Virginia. The dude is freaking huge, man. He's an absolute stud. Alex Hurts, the tackle from LSU, and DJ Fluker, the tacker from Alabama. Did I just say tacker? Am I an idiot? Tackle, not tacker. But the dude, DJ Fluker, he can be the best lineman in the country if he can improve his footwork. And that's steadily improving. Some Alabama fans were worried that he would leave for the NFL draft as a redshirt sophomore, but he didn't. And he's back for his junior year, probably his last year as a member of the Crimson Tide, but he's an absolute stud. And for the special teamers, kicker Andre Hadiri, however you say that. He's a kicker from USC. He's really good. And of course, at punter, Brad Wing, the punter from LSU, the Australian. The dude is one of the best punters that I've seen in my lifetime. So have him at first team. At kick returner, I have Tavon Austin from West Virginia. The dude he's just about as fast as D'Anthony Thomas, and I believe if D'Anthony Thomas was a full-time punt returner, he's going to be one of the best in the country too. I know that's kind of off subject, but yeah, I have Tavon Austin at kick returner. And at punt returner, of course, I have the Honey Badger. He is ridiculous when it comes to returning punts, so look out for him this year. Moving on to defense, starting with the defensive line, have Sam Montgomery, defensive end from LSU. All LSU fans were happy that he came back for this year. Next, I have Alex Okafor, the defensive lineman from Texas. The dude will run you straight over. Reminds me a lot of Brian Orakpo from Texas. Brandon Jenkins from Florida State. The dude's really, really good. Florida missed out on this guy, and they're probably really mad because if they would have had this guy on their line with the line that they have now, that would be probably the best defensive line of the country. But he's on Florida State wreaking havoc every ball game. And the guy that I believe will be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft next year. The dude is ridiculous. Star Lotulelei. I really have no clue if that's how you pronounce his name, but the guy is ridiculous. If you play against Utah this year, if your team plays against Utah this year, rather, oh my God, watch out for this guy, and he will kill your quarterback about 25 times a game. Moving on to the linebacking core, I have Manti Te'o. He came back for a senior year, linebacker from Notre Dame. Watch out for him. He's really, really, really good. Jarvis Jones, linebacker from UGA, Georgia. He also came back this year. Some might thought he would leave early for the NFL draft, but he is back, and he is an absolute beast. Arthur Brown, the story out of Kansas State. He is a leader of that K-State defense. Plays under Bill Snyder, and Bill Snyder always has the right pieces that he needs to put into his team to be successful. And Arthur Brown is a huge, huge piece of that. He is the leader of the linebacking core and the leader of the defense, rather. He is the brother of Bryce Brown, and who's the running back that got kicked off at Tennessee a few years ago. So he has a talented brother. It runs in the family, and he is a great linebacker for K-State. And last but not least, out of the linebacking core, I have Kevin Reddick from UNC. He reminds me a little bit of Zach Brown, but he's a little bigger, but he's really, really good, and look out for him next year. Moving on to the last positions, the secondary, have Tyrann Mathieu, corner from LSU, David Amerson, the dude that is an interception machine from North Carolina State. Looking back at if you see my Dark Horse Heisman predictions, or candidates, I should have put David Emerson in there. I really just was not thinking about him for some reason, but he actually has a chance at winning the Heisman because he's ridiculous. Moving on, Kari Rainbow from Georgia, ridiculous safety, gets about 95 interceptions a game, and he can lay the lumber on you. And last but not least, on my first team All-Americans, I have Justin Gilbert from Oklahoma State. I know Markel Martin left from Oklahoma State, who was, I wish the Titans would have picked, but they didn't. But he was very talented, a first-team All-American, and there was one, I really can't think of the guy's name from Oklahoma State right now that left early for the NFL draft, or left for the NFL draft that was really, really good last year. But Justin Gilbert is really out of just complete talent, better than both of them combined. And he's going to wreak havoc in that Oklahoma State secondary, so have him at first team as a defensive back. So that has been my first team All-American. I don't think I'm going to do second team All-American unless I get requested to. So if you want me to do that, please leave a comment below. I will do, and if you want me to do a All-American preseason for any conference, leave me a comment below, and I will definitely get to that. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you agree, let me know. If you disagree, leave a comment telling me why. Because more than likely you're going to disagree, because obviously everybody on YouTube hates me, apparently. So that has been it, guys. Have a great day. And as always, roll tide, go Sox, and go Titans to you. See you later.